actually here at the library filming for a class that can no longer be done in person. So hopefully you can use this video and still get some nice gentle flow and stretching in. Kind of the perfect time for you to need it with all of the holiday stuff coming on up, and sometimes it can bring some stress into your life any more than there already is. So hopefully this flow will help kind of release some stress and stretch out some of those muscles that are in need of some love. So during this class, you will need, if you aren't quite flexible enough, you might need a yoga strap. Now you can use a yoga strap, you can use a belt, a longer belt, even a bathrobe tie would work. So before you get going, go ahead and pause this video, go grab something that you can use. And you might not need it, depends on how flexible you are, but it's nice to have it there just in case, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and sit in a seat. So legs crossed in front of you. If this isn't comfortable, there's always the option to put them out in front of you, or feet flat and knees up. Just sometime where you can sit up nice and tall, reaching your head to the top of the ceiling. Go ahead and close your eyes. Get comfortable. Still sitting tall, but not stretching, not straining. And just start to notice your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose. Taking nice, deep, long breaths. And just start to quiet your mind, quiet your body. Feeling the breath coming in your nose, down your throat, and into your lungs. And then traveling backwards as you exhale. I always like to start with the breathing at the very beginning of class, just because it kind of puts yourself into a frame of mind of being mindful of your body, being aware of your body, just creating that sense of stillness. And then we can get to work. A couple more breaths here. Making them a little bit fuller, a little bit deeper, making the exhales maybe a little bit longer. So you can go ahead and open your eyes now if you like, or you can keep them closed. You can keep your eyes closed through the whole entire class if you like, because I'm going to actually spell out where every body part goes, so you don't even have to have your eyes open and watching me. All right, so sit up nice and tall, reach the top of your head all the way up to the ceiling, and then bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Really reach your shoulders as high as they can go, and then press them all the way down and away from your ears. Let's do that a couple more times. So shoulders all the way up to your ears, and then all the way down. Good. A couple more times, up and down. Taking a deep breath as you lift your shoulders up, and exhaling as your shoulders go down. Up and down at your own pace. Taking a nice deep breath in as you lift. And a nice long and slow exhale as you lower. Good. Let's go ahead and take your arms all the way up. Fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling. Sitting up as tall as you can. Your gaze or your drishti is through your fingertips, looking right past them. So lifted, nice and high. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your arms down to about like goalposts. So they look like goalposts. Your arms are at a 90-degree angle. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up your chest. Lift your chin slightly. Take another deep breath in. Reach your arms up straight, fingertips towards the ceiling. And exhale as you bring your arms back down into 90-degree angle. Upper arms are parallel with the floor. Exhaling, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Let's do that a couple more times at your own pace. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. Now straighten out the arms so they're parallel to the floor and straight out. Fingertips reaching away from your body. Bend your elbows just a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Send your elbows backwards. Lift your chin. Open up your chest. And then as you exhale, round your back and round your arms as if you were hugging a really big tree. But then drop your chin down to your chest. Rounding your back. Stretching from the base of your skull all the way down to your tailbone. So rounding your back and pulling your belly button all the way into your spine. And now take a deep breath in. Open up those arms again. Lift your chin. Open up your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale and hug that really big tree again. Chin all the way to the chest. Rounding the back. And inhale all the way open. And one more time, rounding your back, hug that really big tree, keeping a bend in the elbows, chin all the way to the chest. And then open all the way up. And lower your hands down to the floor. Good. Walk your fingertips all the way behind you. So again, opening up that chest, trying to reach the pinky fingers towards each other. Lift your chin. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, walk your fingertips all the way to the front of you, in front of you, and your legs. And then we're going to take it all the way down to the floor. But what I want you to do is keep your back straight, your chin lifted, your chest lifted, until you can't go any further. So you're going to walk your fingertips away from your body, keeping your chin lifted, your chest lifted, your back straight. And then when you can't go down any further, and it may have been a little while ago, go ahead then and let your chin go down to your chest, round your head, down and round your back, going down as far as you can. Holding here and stretching. And start to walk your hands back up towards your body. Let's take your legs out long. So legs out in front of you, toes reaching away from your body. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms up overhead. And then same thing, exhale, fold forward, but keep your chin lifted, your chest lifted, your back straight until you can't go down any further. And then once you get to that point, drop your head, let gravity help you out, round your back, and fold in half. Staying here and breathing nice deep breaths. Your breath changes a little bit once you are folded in half, but still breathing as deep as you can, exhaling as long as you can. Holding here and breathing. And start to lift your body, walking your hands up your legs. Go ahead and draw your right knee in. So your right knee comes in, your right foot then goes down onto the floor. Your left leg is still straight, and I'd like you to flex your left foot, all right? So keep a hold of your right knee with your left hand. Your right arm then, as you inhale, lifts all the way up towards the ceiling, and then turn your body and place your right hand down on the floor behind you. You're going to sit up as tall as you can. So I'm going to show you a side view here. So you're not leaning back here on your hand. You're trying to sit up as tall as you can and just use your back hand as a little kickstand, okay? Try not to put too much pressure here because you want to make your spine do all the work. So you're holding yourself up here. You've got a hold of your right knee with your left hand. Now you can either hug your right knee towards your body as you twist backwards and try to look off your right shoulder. You can stay right here, or you can deepen the stretch a little bit by taking your left elbow and placing it on the outside of your right knee and using your body to twist this way. So your goal is to try and get your chin over your right shoulder. Inhaling to create some space in between your body and your leg. Exhaling to twist even further. Make sure that left leg is not just hanging out there. Flex your left foot, engage your left leg, and hold in this twist and breathe. Release the stretch, come all the way back. We're going to take it to the other side. So then your right leg's going to go out long. Your left knee is going to come in towards your chest, left foot on the floor. Same thing here, sit up nice and tall. But this time, grab a hold of your left knee with your right hand. Inhale your left arm all the way up. Twist towards the back. Place your left hand down on the floor and twist. So again, you're going to either hug your left knee with your right arm, or you're going to twist your right and put your right elbow on the outside of your left knee and twist that way. Your goal here is to get your chin over your left shoulder, looking backwards as much as you can. And remember that right leg still needs to be engaged. So flex your right foot, hold here and twist. Inhaling to create some space, exhaling as you twist deeper. Good, untwist. Let's place both feet on the floor. We're going to go ahead and roll all the way up. So put your hands on the floor and start to straighten out your legs. They may not get straight enough before you have to lift your fingers up, but that's okay. You're going to stay here in this forward fold. So hands wherever they can reach. So either fingertips on the floor, hands on your shins. Just hold here in a forward fold, letting your head drop down towards the ground. Using this as our inversion. Inversions are great for the body. They're great for headaches, for stress relief. This helps to reverse the flow of that blood a little bit. And just hold here and breathe. Nice, deep, full breaths. And then go ahead and walk your hands up your legs. Bringing yourself all the way up to standing. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You can bring your toes together if you can. If not, your feet are going to be about hip width apart, okay? It is going to be a little bit harder to balance with your toes together, but it's up to you. It's whatever your body can allow you to do. So take a deep breath in, raise your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, sink down. So bend your knees, just almost as if you're sitting in a chair, which is why they call this chair pose. I'll show you the side view here. So your tailbone is tucked under, you're sinking down with your knees bent, your arms are still reaching up towards the ceiling, your drishti is through your fingertips again, reaching and holding. And then take your right arm and let it go back behind you. So your arms are then parallel with the floor, still sitting down in that chair pose. Your gaze here is off your right set of fingers. Breathing here. And then inhale the arms all the way back up. Still stay in that chair pose with the legs. This time, your left arm is going to go back behind you, and your gaze is going to go off your left set of fingers. Arms as parallel as I can get. Inhale all the way up. All the way up to standing straight legs, and then bring your arms down. Good. Now legs come out nice and wide. A nice wide stance here. Go ahead and put your hands on your right thigh, bend your right knee, and lean into the right leg. Holding here. And then inhale as you lift back through center, and then hands come onto your left thigh, bending your left leg. Trying to keep your knee back over your toes so they'll go over your toes, they're back behind your toes. Inhale up, going back over to the right. Exhale as you lower. Inhale up, exhale as you lower. Inhale up, exhale as you lower. Back and forth now at your own pace. So with your breath, as long as you're inhaling as you're lifting and exhaling as you're lowering, going back and forth, feeling that stretch all along the inner thigh, maybe a little bit in your glute. Back and forth, inhaling up, exhaling as you lower. Go ahead and even yourself out. And then once you're even, come back to the center, but bring your hands down to the floor in front of you. Now keep your right hand on the floor and lift your left arm all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to try and look up at your left set of fingers. And then lower your left hand down the floor and lift your right arm up in the air. Your gaze is then up through your right set of fingers, twisting the upper body, still taking nice, deep, full breaths. And then lower your hand down to the floor. Go ahead and turn your right foot so it's facing the front of your mat. Turn your left foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Bend your right knee, lift your body all the way up into Warrior One. So your body is nice and tall, your right knee is not over your toe, your left foot is at a 45-degree angle, pressing down to the outer edge of your left leg, left foot. Your hips are facing forward off your right knee, and your gaze is lifted towards the ceiling. Holding here in Warrior One. Now go ahead and come up just a little bit, turning your back leg, your left foot to a 90-degree angle, so it's the same along the back edge of your mat. Your arms then come down parallel, and then sink down into that right knee again. This is Warrior Two. Your gaze here is off your right set of fingers. Now you're not leaning forward with your torso, you're straight up and down with your torso. Holding here in Warrior Two. Nice deep full breaths. Let's reverse the warrior now by placing our left hand down on the back of the left leg, lifting our right arm all the way up to the ceiling, maybe even sending it backwards a little bit, creating a bend in the spine. Inhale all the way up, place your right forearm on your right knee, and lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Right side angle. Now you can keep your left arm reaching up towards the ceiling, or you can bring your left arm right next to your ear. It just causes you to stretch a little bit more. Your gaze is up looking right at your elbow. Now take a deep breath in, come all the way up. Turn your right foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Turn your left foot so it's facing off the other edge of your mat. You might have to adjust yourself a little bit here. So your back foot, your right foot, instead of 45-degree angle, that allows you to turn your hips, facing your hips off your left knee. Take a deep inhale, lift your arms up into warrior one. Sinking down into your left leg, making sure again that that left knee is not going over your toes. I'm going to turn this into warrior two, so turning that back foot, the right foot to a 90-degree angle. Arms come down parallel to the floor. Again, might need to adjust a little bit. Sink down into your left knee. Body stays upright. Your gaze is off your left set of fingers. Now let's reverse this. Right hand comes down onto the right leg, lifting your left arm all the way up to the ceiling, and maybe even reaching backwards. Reverse warrior. Holding here and breathing. And inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower your left forearm down to your left knee. Right arm comes all the way up, reaching up towards the ceiling, or coming down right next to your ear. Your gaze is at the inside of your elbow, or up at the ceiling if your arm is up. Holding here and breathing. Inhaling all the way up. Go ahead and heel toe, walk your feet all the way in. We're going to come all the way down to the floor. We're going to go into a high plank. So step all the way back to your mat. I'd like you to walk your hands all the way down your legs, and then walk your fingertips all the way down to the other end of your mat, coming down into a high plank. Now in high plank, you want to have your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Your butt is down. Your feet are probably about shoulder width apart, but you're not letting your body sag up, or your butt's not up in the air. So a nice straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your ankles. Holding here and breathing. Pulling your belly button all the way into your spine, engaging all of those muscles that run along your spine. These are the muscles that help with your balance as you get older. Couple more breaths. And then start to shift your weight backwards. We're going into down dog. What that means is your hips are reaching up towards the ceiling. Your heels are trying to press down towards the floor. Your fingertips are spread nice and wide. You're pressing every part of your hand down into the floor. Your gaze here is at your belly button. So holding here, maybe even bending one knee at a time. And easing into this down dog, leaning into each hip. Walking back and forth, bending each knee. And then straighten out both of the legs, pressing down through the heels. Go ahead and lift up your right leg, all the way up in the air. Bring your right foot all the way up to your hands. So you're in a nice high lunge here. You're going to keep your left hand down on the floor. Take your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Nice twist here. Feeling that stretch all along the back of the right leg. Hip. Glute. Good. Go ahead and lower your right hand back down to the floor. You're going to take your right foot all the way back through plank, back to down dog, and then lift your left leg up in the air. Bring your left foot all the way up to your hands. Right hand stays planted. Lift your left arm all the way up in the air. Reaching your fingertips close to the ceiling as I can get. And bringing your left hand back down to the floor, back to plank, back to down dog. Lifting your right leg again. Bring your right foot all the way up to your hands again. But this time, let your left knee go down to the floor. Flatten out that left toe. And then shift your weight forward. Maybe even bringing your hands up onto your knee. Shifting your weight forward. Feeling the stretch all along the hip of the left leg, the top of the left leg. Nice deep breaths here. Good. We're going to take this to the other side. So place both hands down on the floor. Curl your back toe under, your left set of toes under. We're going to go all the way through plank again. Back to down dog. And now lift your left leg up in the air. Bring your left foot all the way up to your hands. Come down on your right knee. Flatten out your right toe. Hands on your knee. And shift your weight forward. Good. Place your hands back onto the floor. Curl your right set of toes under. Left leg goes all the way back from plank. Back to down dog. And now, keeping your legs as straight as you possibly can, walk your toes all the way up to your hands. When you get there, hands on your legs, roll up one vertebrae at a time. All the way up to the top. Go ahead and give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. So rolling your shoulders, nice big circle backwards. And let's reverse it and roll the shoulders forward. Good. All right, we're going to come all the way down onto the floor. This is where you might need your yoga strap or your bathroom tie. Okay? So, you're actually going to go all the way down onto your back. So all the way down, back on the floor. You're going to have your left knee up, so your left foot is flat on the floor. Your right leg then is going to go straight out along the floor first, and your hands are going to go down next to your body. So you're going to keep your right leg about an inch above the floor, flex your foot, and just hold here for a second, using the abs to hold the leg up. And then start to lift your right leg so the bottom of the foot is facing the ceiling. Okay? Just holding up here for a second. So the bottom of the foot is facing the ceiling. Your right leg is straight. Your left leg is bent. Left foot on the floor. All right, go ahead and take that yoga strap. You're going to bend your right knee, placing your yoga strap on the ball of your foot. And you're going to straighten out the leg again. So the right leg's going to go straight, but this time you're going to have both hands on the strap on one on each side, and you're going to pull your toes towards the floor over your head. This just causes you to stretch a little bit more along the back side of your right leg. Nice deep breaths. Using your inhales to identify where those tight spots are, and then using your exhales to send a release. So releasing with the exhale the tight muscles that you've already identified with the inhale. All right, so now what I'd like you to do is take the strap with your right hand, okay, both straps. You're going to put the straps together, hold it with your right hand. Your left leg then is going to go out straight onto the floor, okay? And then your left hand is going to go on top of your left thigh. Okay, you're just going to kind of keep that thigh honest. You're going to let it push down so the thigh is going down towards the floor. What you're going to do here is your right leg is going to go down towards the floor. You're going to open up the hips, but keep the hip down on the floor as much as you can. So don't go down any further. If you start to come up off the floor and roll off, that's not what I want. What I want you to do is keep that left hand on your left hip, pressing the left hip down into the floor and letting your right leg go out to the side as far as you can. Keeping both hips, both glutes right on the floor. Stretching out that right leg as far as it can go, as long as your hips are still on the floor. All right, inhale your right leg all the way back up. We're going to go ahead and switch the sides. So right foot's then going to come down onto the floor. Right knee is bent. You're going to lift your left leg about an inch up off the floor. Arms down by your side. Hang out here for a minute. Engage those abs. Pulling your belly button all the way into your spine. Flexing your left foot. Just hovering your left leg about an inch over the floor. Engaging every muscle in your body. Your lower abs are working here. Hamstrings are working. Your thighs are working everywhere all around. Squeezing nice and tight. Now lift your left leg all the way up so the bottom of the foot is facing the ceiling. Holding here first. Feel where your hips are right now, because that's where they're going to stay. All right, go ahead and grab your yoga strap again. Place your strap around your foot. And then straighten out your leg. Your left leg goes out straight. You're going to hold on one hand on either side of the strap and start to pull your right leg, or your left leg, back towards your body, toes up over your head, towards the floor. Creating a stretch all along the back of that left leg. Nice deep breaths here. Just letting the muscle go, releasing the tension. Just letting go into the stretch. All right, go ahead and put the straps together. Grab a hold with your left hand. Right leg then goes out along the floor. Right hand right on top of the thigh there to keep that hip down. And just start to lower your left leg down towards the floor. Remembering to keep your hips flat on the floor, pressing down with your right hand into your right hip. Don't let that right hip come up. Left leg out to the side. Nice deep breaths. Letting the leg go only as far as you can keep the hips flat on the floor. All right, go ahead and bring that left leg up. Bend the knee. Let go of the strap. Just bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them. Squeeze them nice and tight. Go into happy baby. So straighten out your legs just so the bottom of the feet are facing the ceiling. Go ahead and grab the outside edges of your feet with your hands and then drive your knees down towards the floor. Right. So your back is flat on the floor, your knees are reaching down towards the floor on either side of your body, but the bottom of the feet are still facing the ceiling. Go ahead and release the feet. Legs go out straight, up towards the ceiling. So the bottom of the feet are reaching towards the ceiling. Your arms are down by your side. hang out here just for a second. And what's important to do here is your ankles, your knees, and your hips should all be in one straight line. Takes all the pressure off and it's just stacked right on top of each other. Flex the feet, hang out here. Now go ahead and reach your arms up. So your fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling, but your shoulders going right down into the floor. But again, you've got that stack. You've got your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders in one straight line going straight down into the floor. Go ahead and bend the knees, wrap your arms around the knees. Squeeze them nice and tight. And take your arms out onto the floor on either side of you, straight out like in a T. With your knees tucked in nice and tight to your body, go ahead and lower your knees down towards the floor. Trying to stack the hips, the knees, and the ankles right on top of each other. Your arms are out in T, and then try and twist your gaze so your chin is going over your left shoulder and your gaze is off your left set of fingers. So you're turning your head, looking off your left set of fingers. Your knees are going down towards the right. And inhale your gaze and your knees up through the center. Take this to the other side, so your knees are going to drop down to the left, stacking your hips, your ankles, and your knees right on top of each other. And this time your gaze is going to go off your right set of fingers. So knees are to the left, gaze is to the right. Inhale your gaze all the way up to the center, and then take your legs out nice and long. Legs are straight, bring your arms next to your body, resting your palms up. This is your final posture of the night, or of the day, or of the morning, depending on when you're doing this, Shavasana. And here, all you're going to do is breathe, creating your body, giving your body a sense of stillness, your mind a sense of stillness. Only thing you're doing here is breathing in and out of your nose as deeply as you can. You really start to still your body, still your mind. Nice, slow, deep breaths in. And nice full exhales out. Letting every muscle in your body relax and melt into the floor. Starting at the top of your head and working all the way down to your toes, thinking about every muscle, and with every exhale, releasing that muscle as much as you can. So think of the muscles in your temples, the top of your head, your jaw, and then going from the base of your skull and traveling down your shoulders, down through your shoulder blades, your upper back, your chest, all the way down your spine, down through your hips and your thighs, all the way through your legs to your toes. Nice, deep, full breaths. Nice, deep, full inhales. And nice, complete exhales. letting all of that air out of your lungs before you take your next breath in. Now on your next inhale, raise your arms up overhead, stretching your fingers as far away from your toes as you can get. Arms up over your head, your fingers are reaching one side of the room, your toes are reaching the other, stretching as far as you can. Go ahead and exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Use your knees to roll yourself all the way up to a seat, back to where we started. Taking one last deep breath in, raise your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, lower your hands down to heart center, bowing in with gratitude for another day, another chance to let your light shine out into the world, giving the world some peace, some joy, some happiness. Lift your chin and let your light shine out. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be doing another video soon. I'm going to try and do at least a couple more, just to kind of give you some sense of calm in this crazy world that we're in. But thank you for joining me. Namaste.